Are you focused on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Me. Can you focus on me? Ooh. Hey y'all, welcome back to Mama Loves Manga. So today I'm here to talk about two one-shot titles that have similar content. Let me just show you what they are. The Bride Was a Boy by Chi. This is a true story. And Claudine by Ryoko Ikeda. This is not a true story. Although this is a true story and this is not a true story, they both feature characters who are either transgendered or believed to be transgendered. And I thought it would be interesting to talk about both of them and to share my thoughts on both of these. So let's start with The Bride Was a Boy. This is a true story, and she gives a lot of information about how being transgendered is in Japan and like the laws around being able to get gender reassignment, all the steps that you have to go through in order to just be yourself. But this was such a cute story about how she became who she is. She finally was able to start to live as the person that she really is. And but there's a little bit of issue with dating. It's gotta be something that is very difficult to do, to date someone and then eventually, like when you realize that you're going to be possibly serious, you gotta tell them this and you don't know how they're going to react. Now, I know here in the US, most of us have heard stories about trans women being murdered because because these men found out that they were transgender and they were like, ooh, I can't deal with that, and they would kill them. These poor, this is not a social commentary channel. But I will say, when she meets her eventual husband, their little story is freaking adorable and cute, and he is a precious cinnamon roll, and I hope that they stay together forever because their relationship is adorable. I read one review on Amazon about this, and the reviewer had said that this is like trans 101, and I agree with that. It's a great starting point if you're wanting to learn more about it. I am definitely a fan of own voices stories, and I think this is excellent. You can't really tell her that her story is wrong because it's hers. So I really have nothing negative to say about this story at all. It's fully her account, and I loved reading it, and I appreciate her for being brave. Obviously, she didn't use her real name and stuff like that, but just the fact that she's even talking about it and sharing her journey, I'm sure it could help someone, especially in Japan. But I'm sure that this could help someone, and it helped me learn a little bit more about what it could be like for one transgendered person. Obviously, she can't speak for everyone. So let's talk about the art. And it just, my Kindle was like, girl, you took too long. Very adorable, super cutesy. I enjoy it. I think it fits with the story really well. It shows her personality. In my head, as I was reading this, I feel like she just has this adorable, bubbly, happy personality, and her art style reflects that. So anyway, would I recommend this story, The Bride Was a Boy? Absolutely. Even if you're not trans, or even if you don't know anyone trans, it's good to learn things about people who are different from you. Okay, so this other story, Claudine by Ryoko Ikeda, this was an interesting one. Unfortunately, this doesn't have the bubbly, happy, adorable ending that The Bride Was a Boy had. Like, not even close. Claudine is a transgendered man, which means that they were born female, and but they they identify, they feel that they are actually male. Claudine never was able to get like gender reassignment or even to be acknowledged as the man she, oops, see, and I just misgendered her. Wow, I just did it again. See, this is, your fave is problematic. I am learning. This is why I read stuff like this, so I can learn. They do mention at one point in the story that a lot of Claudine's classmates called him Claude. So maybe I'll just call him Claude out of respect, because real talk, he deserved so much better than what he got. What I don't like about this story is that it is not told through Claude's point of view. It is actually narrated by a psychologist that Claude started seeing when he was around 8 years old, which is around the time when he started saying, hey, I'm a boy. I don't understand why y'all keep calling me Claudine and y'all keep calling me a girl. And so his mother brought him to the psychiatrist. And so the psychiatrist is the one telling the story. And it made things confusing, because I'm like, first of all, sir, how do you know all of these things about Claude? And second of all, sir, how come you are still misgendering him after all of these years? You've known him since he was 8 years old, and apparently you've seen him several times over the course of his life, and you're still misgendering him. You're still not fully acknowledging him as a man. And it's very frustrating, because it felt like throughout most of the story that the psychiatrist, who was the narrator, did not fully believe that Claude was who he said he was. And that was upsetting. I didn't like that this story was told through someone else's eyes. I do enjoy the story. It's a very heartbreaking story. It does not end well at all. It's very twisty. Some things happen. You find out some things about Claude's father, whom he idolizes. Claude's father is the only person in this story, well, take that back. Claude's father is one of 2 people that fully accept him for who he is and actually acknowledge him as a man. There is one other character who fully accepts him for who he is and loves him for who he is, but unfortunately, that ship does not sail. Whereas The Bride Was a Boy shows positivity and happiness and acceptance and all of that stuff, this shows the opposite. This shows what it's like, or what it could be like, for someone who feels trapped inside of their body and they can't actually be who they are, and they're not being acknowledged as the person that they know that they are. It's depressing, but it is beautifully drawn. The fashions are just, yes, Claude, you better work that fashion. Look at that. Oh, just gorgeous. So would I recommend Claudine? If you love beautiful art and you're just simply curious about this story, then sure. I would definitely say that I prefer The Bride Is a Boy over Claudine as far as recommendations go. That's, I think, all I have for this video. Yeah, if you've read these, let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Tell me what you think. And also, if you have any other recommendations for series that feature characters that are in the LGBT plus diaspora, is that the word? Group? Anyway, y'all know, community, then let me know in the comments, because I am, like I said, I like to read about all the kinds of people. So let's talk in the comments, and I'm gonna go. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.